I misjudged you completely. I thought you were chaos, but you were calm, disguised as storms meant to wake me up. I misjudged you, not because you changed, but because I never took the time to truly see you beyond my fears. I thought you were temporary, but you were the one constant the universe kept trying to bring back to me. I misjudged your silence. It wasn't indifference. It was a scream for peace I was too loud to hear. I assumed you didn't care, when in truth, you cared so deeply you chose to let me go instead of watching me break. I misread your distance as rejection, but now I see it was your way of protecting both of us from more pain. I misjudged you because I couldn't imagine that love could exist without possession. You proved me wrong. I thought you were my lesson, but now I see you were my mirror, showing me everything I refused to face. I misjudged your calmness as coldness. Now I realize it was strength, the kind I never had until I met you. I thought you were playing games, but you were just guarding a heart that had been wounded one too many times. I misjudged your silence as absence, but it was your soul whispering things I wasn't ready to understand yet. I thought I saw through you, but now I see I only ever saw my reflection in your eyes. I misjudged your distance. You weren't walking away. You were giving me space to find myself. I thought you didn't feel what I felt, but you just hid it better because you were used to heartbreak. I misjudged you because I was projecting my pain onto your peace. You didn't deserve that. I thought you were complicated, but it was my own confusion that made you look like a mystery. I misjudged you as heartless, but now I see you loved quietly in ways my chaos couldn't comprehend. I thought you wanted control, but all you want was connection without having to lose yourself. I misjudged your kindness as weakness. Now I know it takes unimaginable strength to stay soft in this world. I thought you were done with me, but now I see you were just tired of being misunderstood. I misjudged your boundaries as rejection, but you were simply teaching me how to love with respect. I thought you were emotionless, but it turns out you just felt everything too deeply to show it carelessly. I misjudged you because you didn't react how I wanted, but not reacting was your form of healing. I thought you were hiding something, but it was me who couldn't face the truth of what I'd done. I misjudged your silence as punishment. It was mercy, letting me figure out my own damage. I thought you were distant. You were just waiting for me to meet you on your level of peace. I misjudged your calm when I was chaotic. Now I crave that peace I once mistook for indifference. I thought I was the one protecting my heart. Turns out you were protecting yours from me. I misjudged your patience as disinterest, but it was your soul waiting for me to grow up emotionally. I thought you were cold, but it was me who froze you out with my assumptions. I misjudged your silence as weakness, but it was the kind of strength that only wise souls understand. I thought you didn't care, but your absence has taught me that you cared in ways words could never show. I misjudged you because I was too focused on your flaws to see the beauty in your truth. I thought you gave up too soon, but maybe you were just done carrying the weight I kept handing you. I misjudged you because I didn't recognize love that wasn't loud or demanding. I thought you were running away, but now I see you were just freeing both of us. I misjudged your silence. It wasn't avoidance, it was self-preservation from my emotional storms. I thought you didn't want me, but you were trying to save me from a version of myself I wasn't ready to face. I misjudged your stillness as emptiness, but you were just existing in a peace I'd never known. I thought you were emotionless, but now I realize your love was sacred, too real to be performed. I misjudged you because I was still healing from people who pretended to love me. I thought you didn't miss me, but now I see your silence was your grief in disguise. I misjudged your boundaries. You weren't cold. You were just refusing to burn yourself again for warmth. I thought you were uninterested, but now I see you were protecting something divine inside you. I misjudged you because you didn't chase me. But love doesn't chase, it chooses. I thought you were cruel, but you were the only one honest enough not to fake what you didn't feel. I misjudged your maturity as detachment, but it was self-control born from deep emotional intelligence. I thought you were emotionless, but you were just tired of explaining your soul to shallow minds. I misjudged your energy. You weren't cold, you were sacred, and I didn't know how to handle purity. I thought I saw all of you, but I was blind to the depth of your silence and the truth in your eyes. I misjudged you because I thought silence meant indifference, not realizing it sometimes means exhaustion from always being misunderstood. I thought you were being cold, but now I see you were setting boundaries I didn't know how to honor. I misjudged your detachment as arrogance, but it was the calm of someone who's already survived too many storms. I thought you were giving up, but you were simply choosing peace over a war that love shouldn't require. I misjudged you because you didn't fight back, not knowing that real strength doesn't always need noise. I thought you didn't have emotions, but now I know you just carried them quietly without needing an audience. I misjudged your absence. I thought it meant you stopped caring. It meant you finally started caring for yourself. I thought you were replacing me, but you were just rediscovering yourself after losing too much to love me. I misjudged you because you didn't chase me, not realizing you were tired of running after people who walk away. I thought you didn't see my worth, but now I know you were silently praying I'd see it myself. I misjudged your love because it was calm, patient, and pure, and I only knew the kind that hurt. I thought your silence was cold, but it was sacred. You were protecting your soul from my chaos. I misjudged your kindness as naivety. Now I realize it was divine strength wrapped in grace. I thought you were hiding something dark, but you were simply holding onto light that I didn't recognize. I misjudged your distance as lack of interest, but you were teaching me the value of emotional boundaries. I thought you were ignoring me, but you were just healing from the damage I refused to acknowledge. I misjudged your strength because you didn't show your scars. But healing quietly is its own kind of power. I thought you were my weakness, but now I see you were my greatest lesson in love and letting go. I misjudged you as heartless when you walked away, but you were just brave enough to stop begging for love. I thought you were running, but you were just choosing freedom over a cage that looked like affection. I misjudged you because I expected you to love me the way I imagined, not the way you truly could. I thought you were difficult, but you were just holding standards I wasn't ready to meet. I misjudged your quietness as disinterest, but you were just observing everything I refused to see. I thought you were emotionless, but you were drowning in feelings too sacred to be spoken out loud. I misjudged your honesty as cruelty, but truth only hurts when we're not ready to face it. I thought you didn't need me, but you were just showing me that love isn't built on dependency. I misjudged your peace for pride, but peace is just what self-respect sounds like in silence. I thought you forgot me, but now I know you remember everything. You just stopped bleeding over it. I misjudged your departure as abandonment, but it was actually your soul choosing survival. I thought you were heartless, but you were the only one brave enough to stop pretending love fixes everything. I misjudged you because I was blinded by my expectations. You were never who I wanted, but exactly who I needed. I thought you gave up on us, but you were simply giving me space to grow into someone who could love better. I misjudged your energy. I thought you were cold, but you were sacred. and I wasn't ready for that vibration. I thought you were manipulative, but now I see you were just protecting your peace from my chaos. I misjudged you because I confused distance with disconnection, not realizing you were still loving me quietly from afar. I thought you were playing games, but you were simply refusing to play mine anymore. I misjudged your heart because you didn't express love the way I demanded, but your silence carried devotion I ignored. I thought you were punishing me with your silence, but you were teaching me how to listen. I misjudged your goodbye as cruelty, but it was your final act of love, freeing me to find myself again. I thought you were the problem, but now I see you were just reacting to the pain I brought. I misjudged your detachment. It wasn't coldness, it was wisdom from lessons you learned the hard way. I thought you were emotionless, but I now know your heart was just exhausted from carrying unreciprocated love. I misjudged you because you chose yourself, and I mistook self-respect for selfishness. I thought you were too calm to care, but that calm was the strength of someone who already survived storms. I misjudged your silence because I wasn't ready to hear what your absence was screaming. I thought you wanted attention, but you just wanted to be seen without having to beg for it. I misjudged your distance. I thought it was rejection, but it was a boundary born from too much pain. I thought you were detached, but you were just done attaching to people who drained you.